Hey, I'm Ashley Wood, and I'm here to help you figure out how to rock any writing assignment that you have by following the Better Writing Trifecta guidelines, where I talk through the top 3 things that I think teachers are really looking for when they're trying to determine whether or not you have good writing. Because good writing doesn't happen like the right answers in other subjects, right? Good writing is a lot more fluid. It's really easy to be like, I thought I understood what you wanted from me, but I keep getting grades that don't reflect that I'm understanding what you're wanting from me. So after teaching for a while, these are the 3 things that I think you really need to lock down and have a handle on in order to earn the grades that you want on your writing assignments. So let me break them down for you. So the 3 baseline pieces that I think teachers really want to see that you're doing well are going to be your message, your evidence, and your organization. So figuring out how to work those 3 things is going to be your starting line for getting the kind of grades you want on writing assignments and for producing good writing. So this is my diagram for breaking down how those 3 pieces I just mentioned come together to get you an A on your writing assignments. So we'll break down each one and I'll kind of tell you what I'm talking about and how you need to make sure that they are coming together well in your papers. So message is just what you're trying to say or show. Your teacher could call this a thesis statement, a claim, your so what, your position statement, thematic statement, lots of labels for it, but it's essentially what's your purpose? What are you trying to deliver to whoever is reading your paper? What's your point that you're trying to make? Once you have your message tackled, you also have to think about your evidence. How are you connecting to other voices in your paper? So think about your sources, quotes, existing research, textbooks, any kind of materials that you're working with that you should have been reading that you're supposed to be expected to bring into your papers in order to show that you've read the material that you were assigned or that you can engage with the material you've been assigned. And then when you're looking at organization, that's how do you structure and present your information? I think about topic sentences, transitions, that teacher word flow. That's the kind of stuff you're looking at with organization. So this diagram that you're looking at shows 3 big bubbles, one for each of those. And when they start overlapping, that's how you start moving in closer to getting an A on your paper. So if you just have the message, if you just have organization, if you just have evidence, those are all like check, check, check. I got those 3 things. You're probably working at like a C-level paper. You have those pieces that teachers are looking for, but maybe you're not doing anything impressive with them. So it feels like, I should be getting an A, right? Like I have a message, I've got evidence, and I organized it. But if you're really trying to get your writing better and rock any writing assignment, you've got to start thinking about where the overlap happens between those 3 elements. So when you've picked out your sources or your evidence and you've got your message figured out, the space in between those 2 that overlaps, how is that showing that every piece of evidence you have connects really well to your message or supports it or shows something about it? When you've got your evidence and your organization bubbles overlapping, when you do really well on that piece of overlap, that's showing like I ordered the evidence that I'm presenting in a way that most effectively reflects the message that I want to show. So I think this quote works best first and this quote works best second. Making those kinds of choices. And when you're doing those kind of overlapping things with your writing on the diagram there and the spaces where the circles are overlapping, that's when you're moving into like B-level writing. Like now my message and my evidence align, and that's really nice, and teachers will notice that. Now my message and my organization has aligned, and that's another like B-level move, so that's really good. And then you see that spot in the middle, right? Get an A, yellow starburst. That's when all those 3 pieces are so well connected and tied together and seamlessly complementing one another that your writing is just super awesome. And that's what teachers are looking for. Does your message, your evidence, and organization all come together in a really sophisticated way to leave the reader or the audience that you're writing for with a clear understanding of what it is that you are trying to communicate by writing your paper in the first place? So you've probably noticed the focus skill circle that I haven't talked about down there at the bottom. And basically your focus skill is going to be whatever it is that your teacher's been focusing on. So sometimes you have your message, your organization, your evidence, it's all really, really good, but you didn't do whatever it is that your teacher told you that they were going to focus on. And that focus skill is going to be different for every teacher, right? You think about your assignment sheets, your rubrics, whatever format they've told you to follow. Even if you do great with the rest of the trifecta, if your teacher told you to put everything in MLA format and really show that you have a handle on that and you don't, you're not going to get an A, right? So that focus skill piece is going to be different for every teacher that you have. And that's where you've got to do some work to see like, what is it that this teacher really likes? Because we are all humans and we all have different writing experiences and we read different writing and we write in different ways. So even your teachers are going to have a little bit of wiggle room for what they think would constitute an A paper. And you've got to be ready to use the resources that they give you to figure that out. So that's a really quick rundown of the Better Writing Trifecta and the 3 things you can focus on to really start bringing your grades up in powerful ways. If you feel like you need more help or you need more clarification about any of those elements, you can send me an email. You can find me on Instagram or TikTok, and I would be so happy to help you out. Good luck and happy writing.